Hi everyone, hope all of you are doing good. So this is the fourth episode in the Menopause Made Simple series, all about nutrition during menopause. So in the previous episodes we have understood the basics of menopause, signs, symptoms during perimenopause and menopause. We have also seen why does weight gain happen and what are the things we can do about it. So if you have missed out any of these episodes, do go and check out on my channel. You will find them all under a playlist named as Menopause Made Simple. So today's episode is all about nutrition or diet during menopause. Now your diet or your nutrition, that is whatever you eat during this phase, will directly impact your hormones, your moods, hot flashes. It will even affect the quality of your sleep. So today's episode is going to give you so many details regarding this. So this is a very important episode. We will understand what are the things that we should include in our diet and what are the things that we should completely avoid. Now all the information provided here is general advice. If you have any specific medical conditions or you are on a specific diet, please check out with your doctor what is that you need to include. So sit with a pen and paper so that you can note down the most important points during this episode. First of all, why does nutrition matter? Now during menopause what happens is that your hormones are shifting. So there are many changes happening inside your body. The most important change happening is that your estrogen hormone starts dropping. Now your estrogen directly affects your metabolism, your mood, your sleep, your heart health, bone health, your digestion, and even the way it stores fat inside your body. So many changes are happening, and that is the reason nutrition can play a very big role in helping you navigate menopause. So a well balanced diet, a very good nutritious diet will help you to reduce hot flashes. It will help you to reduce mood swings, give you a good sleep. It will help you to manage your weight, especially belly fat. This is the time most women put on they gain weight around the abdominal area. Good nutrition will also improve your sleep quality. It will keep your cravings in check, prevent bloating, constipation. So you can see a good diet can really go a long way in helping you to transition this phase easily. That is the reason food can become your best medicine during this phase. First of all, let us understand what is that you should eat during menopause. Now, before we go into the details, know that having a well-balanced diet which includes all the food groups, you should have carbs, protein, fats, fiber, sufficient amount of water, all these things matter a lot. So a balanced diet with good hydration is the key. So number one is protein. Now having sufficient protein in your diet is very important. Protein helps you to maintain muscle mass. Now as you age and along with menopause, women tend to lose a lot of muscle. Now muscle basically leads to aging, it leads to poor posture and leads to many other issues. So in order to retain muscle, you should have a diet which has sufficient protein. Now protein has many functions. One thing is helps you to preserve your muscle mass. It gives you satiety. So this will prevent overeating, then it will reduce your cravings for food, and mainly protein improves your metabolism. Now with age and menopause, your metabolism is going down. So that means now that you will burn less calories than what you used to burn in your earlier phases of life. So what are the foods that you can include? Include all types of dals, pulses, legumes. Dals like masoor, moong dal, chana dal, rajma, chole. Include some amount of protein, curd, yogurt. If you are a non-vegetarian, you can have fish, eggs also in your diet. So include nuts like peanuts, walnuts, almonds, cashew nuts. So see that your diet has enough protein. Now do not be obsessed also again about protein or go on an all protein diet, assuming that protein is very good for you. You should be including the right amount of carbs, protein and fats also. Second, what you should include in your diet are phytoestrogens. Now as we know that our ovaries are shrinking, our estrogen levels are going down because of that. So now we need to help or supplement our body with some natural estrogen. These are called as phytoestrogen. Phytoestrogens are nothing but natural plant-based compounds. Now they mimic estrogen. They just behave like estrogen inside your body. Phytoestrogens are not hormones, but they can bind to estrogen receptors, and thus they help you reduce the menopausal symptoms. So how do these phytoestrogens help? They reduce hot flashes, they improve your bone health, heart health, and they also stabilize your moods. So sources of phytoestrogens are flax seeds, sesame seeds or til, garden cress seeds, these are also known as olive seeds, then soya, sprouts, pulses like rajma, chole, these also have phytoestrogens in them. Whole grains like bajra, jowar, ragi, these are also good sources. Now remember to have all these in natural traditional forms. Make them into laddus, chutneys. When you eat them in these formats, they are better assimilated and better absorbed by your system. For example, you can make a flaxseed chutney out of flax seeds and have 1 to 2 teaspoons daily in your diet. Now, are phytoestrogens safe? As I already told you, these phytoestrogens are not directly hormones. Yes, they are perfectly safe and beneficial, especially for women during menopause. They are much weaker than your body's estrogen and they do not cause hormone overload. But if you have a specific medical condition like, you have breast cancer or you're detected for a similar condition, then you must consult your doctor before including them in your diet. So if you are found ER positive, then you must consult your doctor before including them in your diet. This is because cancer cells have estrogen receptors and estrogen can attach to these cells and cause the cancer to grow. So do consult your doctor before including them. So if you're a woman who is detected with ER plus breast cancer, then you need to be cautious with all these foods. But for general menopause nutrition, it is absolutely safe to consume. Third is calcium and vitamin D. Now with estrogen levels going down inside your body, what gets affected is your bone health. Your bone density starts to drop and now there is a risk of osteoporosis. So that is the reason now you should have calcium and vitamin D rich foods inside your diet. So sources of calcium are A2 milk, ragi, curd, sesame seeds or til, drumsticks and also it leaves, these are good sources of calcium. Now for vitamin D, the best source is sunlight, 15 to 20 minutes of daily early morning or late evening sunlight. Also you can include eggs, mushrooms. Now get your vitamin D levels checked. You probably may require a supplement. It is good to have you supplemented with vitamin D if you are insufficient. Fourth is healthy fats. You have to include good fats in your diet. Good fats are required for your hormones, your brain. They also reduce inflammation and improve your mood. Good sources of healthy fats are your A2 ghee. Include 1 to 2 teaspoons. Having ghee in moderation is very good. Then almonds, walnuts, flax seeds and even mustard oil. Number 5 is fiber. One of the most common complaints is constipation during menopause. Now having a diet which is rich in fiber will help you in improved bowel movement. It will prevent constipation. So good sources are whole grains, brown rice, red rice, millets, include fruits, vegetables, root vegetables like suran, arbi, yam. Include all of this in your diet. Sixth is water. Now menopause causes dehydration and because of dehydration you experience hot flashes. So drink enough water. Now how do you know how much water you are supposed to drink? Your urine should be clear at all times. Also include water in the forms of coconut water, buttermilk. You can even have herbal teas like ginger tea, lemongrass. Now fruits and veggies like watermelon, cucumber, they not only provide you, water, they also provide you with enough fiber. So this was in brief, some of the things that you should include in your diet. Now let us see what are the things that you should avoid. Number 1 is sugar and sweets in any form. Now this does not mean that you do not have your regular sugar intake. For example, if you are having tea and you are having 1 to 2 teaspoons, that is absolutely fine. Avoid sugar in excess forms, like having sweets, biscuits, cakes. Wherever there is an overload of sugar, try to avoid those foods. So excess sugar, it will spike your insulin, then it will cause mood swings because your now sugar is, raising suddenly, again it is dropping. So that crash of sugar, will lead to mood swings. Also, these are all extra calories. So again, they lead to weight gain. They cause belly fat. Second is avoid refined carbs. Any maida or maida related products, try to like breads, those foods that contain processed maida. Refined carbs, basically there is no fiber inside them, they will worsen your constipation. Again, it leads to weight gain also because, it doesn't give you satiety. So you will constantly feel hungry. Refined carbs also lead to lethargy. Already your energy levels are low and this will worsen it further. Number 3 is excess caffeine. Now try to limit your tea, coffee to 1 to max 2 cups a day. Now tea, coffee, it increases anxiety. It also worsens hot flashes. Again, it interferes with your sleep. Now during menopause, there are a lot of sleep disturbances happening. So if you are having tea late in the evening, you will find it difficult to sleep late in the night. So try to avoid tea and coffee post 4 o'clock. It also leads to poor absorption of nutrients. So avoid having tea, coffee with your meals, especially your main meals like lunch or dinner. Number 4 is packaged foods. Now chips, biscuits, ready to eat foods, avoid these because they are loaded with preservatives. They have lot of artificial colors inside them. All this will directly have an effect on your mood and energy levels. Number 5 is alcohol. Now alcohol causes dehydration. It is one of the reasons for hot flashes. Also it causes sleep disturbances. So try to reduce the quantity. If possible, try to avoid it completely. So these were some of the changes that you can do in your diet. Now right nutrition will reduce your symptoms. Then it will prevent unnecessary weight gain. It will give you good sleep. It will improve your bone and heart health. So nutrition matters a lot. So what you can do is, instead of making suddenly changing your full diet, try to make small changes. It is more important that you be consistent. Correcting your diet itself will give you so many positive results, whether it is hot flashes, mood swings, low energy levels, constipation. A good diet will help you to deal with all of these issues. Remember that menopause is a natural phase. Now, if you support it, adequately, then you won't experience most of the issues that come along with it. If you feel this series is helping you, please do share it with all the women you know. So in the next episode, we are going to talk all about exercise. How exercise actually helps you to, transition menopause very nicely. We will see how exercise plays a very important role during menopause. Exercise is in fact one of the most neglected aspects. So what is the best exercise to balance your hormones? What is the frequency that you should be doing? How to prevent weight gain during menopause? Cardio is good or strength training is good. We are going to discuss all of this in the next episode. So do not forget to like the video, share it with your friends and family. Thanks a lot for watching the video till the end. I'm Shraddha Nayak, a nutrition and fitness coach, and this channel is all about health and fitness. Until the next video, do take good care of yourself. Bye-bye.